Hey gang, this is Terry with Toxic Natos. Hey, I want to do a review on this watch. A friend of mine recently loaned this to me because I wanted to check one out. I have one of the original Alpinist, well, I won't say original. I had the last version, the green dial with the gold indices. Let me be honest before I get started. I was not a fan of this watch. The reason why is that for a field watch, I thought it was too nice. Field watch to me is like a Hamilton Khaki or something like that. Maybe a bead blasted watch with nice loom. Where with the version prior to this one, it was, like I said, green with gold indices on the dial. So it was pretty fancy for being a field watch. So this is a limited edition Hoodinkee Alpinist. Then they were limited to 1,959 pieces. I think that was based on the date that they first came out with the original model. They sold for $600. This model is the SPB089. Has a 6R15 movement in there, which is a pretty decent movement. It comes in a lot of mid-range Seikos. It can be weird on timing. Sometimes they run great, and sometimes they're just erratic. 50-hour reserve on this watch, 20mm lugs, inner compass right there, and it's 200 meters water resistant. So I don't know if this has a sapphire or not. I think it has hard legs, which is a Seiko proprietary crystal. Nothing wrong with that, but some people get all upset when it's not sapphire. Everybody thinks sapphire is the end of the world. It's the must-have. That's not my personal opinion, but a lot of people do believe in it. So this watch, let's get some specs going. 12.4 millimeters high. Lug to lug is at 44.7. Crown is at 5.86. And this secondary crown is for the compass, which is 5.87. It's got a raised crystal on it, maybe by a millimeter. .2 on width. So there was a lot of debate on this watch. I still haven't figured it out, personally myself, whether or not this watch has a matte dial or I don't know what it has for the dial. I think it's a matte blue. It's really hard to see. It does not have outer AR on it. It might have inner, but in all honesty, in the sun, this watch is very reflective. It's kind of hard to read the dial. My biggest complaint with the Hamilton Khaki was the exact same thing. Is the dial washes out in the sunlight, which is kind of disappointing because it's a field watch. I think you would be out hiking with it. So, has a screw down crown, like I mentioned. The compass crown does not screw down. One of the things about it is it's super touchy. Like during the day, it moves all day long. Anything, look, you could see it right now. Just so if you wear a long sleeve shirt or anything, it's just going to move that around the whole time. So this watch has an eBay style bracelet on it because it came on a leather strap, and the leather strap was not a good strap. It was just very cheap filling. Solid case back. Since I said this is a Hoodinkee limited edition, it says limited edition on the case back, screw down case back. So the other drama about this watch is the fact that it sold out within minutes. It sold for $600, and I think people were asking up to $1,300 for it, reselling it right away. So a lot of people get upset about that. I personally do not think it's a $600 watch. And, you know, that doesn't hold true for everybody. One of my other pet peeves on this is that the Loom is really lacking on this watch. It's not bright at all. You can see it at the hour markers, but it's so small you can barely see it at night. I think it might last about an hour, hour and a half. I wish it would have drilled lugs. A lot of watches don't these days, but it would make bracelet changing easier. I wish it had a white background date wheel just for legibility, because right now it's black with white letters or white numbers, and it's really hard to see. With all my lighting set up, I can see it, but not in regular daylight. I wish the hands were fully loomed, but the original design, I don't think they were fully loomed either. Either way, it was a cool addition. It just wasn't for me. That doesn't mean much though, because you know what I like, you might not like. But it's a cool watch to check out. I do have to say it disappears on the wrist. If you notice, the lugs curve all the way down, so it fits just like the Hamilton Khaki. It completely disappears. Would it be the perfect everyday watch? Yeah, if you don't need Loom really, and you're not too worried about legibility 24/7, it'd be a great everyday watch. I have to say the polished hour markers, they're not legible all the time. If I just tilt the watch like that, they pretty much wash out. You just do not see them every time you look at the dial. And if you want to, then this isn't the watch for you. But either way, it's a pretty cool watch. If you get a second, check one out. I don't know, ask to borrow one. I don't even know what else to say about it. Hey gang, hope you enjoyed the video. If not, just tell me in the comments below, and have a good day.